Here's the reality, folks. A lot of people are falling or trying to fall asleep, but having a hard time because these are the things that they're thinking about. Unfortunately, these are the subjects that are going on in people's minds before they lay down to rest. Where's the extra money going to come from? When do I have time to go to the doctor to check out this irritation that I have? When am I going to find time to do more things with my family and loved ones? And it's always when, how, what. And the reality is this does not lead to a good night's sleep. And what if I showed you a business model that will allow you to not worry about finances, will allow you to increase, better, and take care of yourself, that will allow you to lay your head on a pillow as you're laying to sleep, being happy and not unhappy, which will also allow you to make better choices through your life because of two things, folks, and this is really the reality. If I can share one concept with you to really understand what makes this business model extremely important for so many people, is both time and financial freedom. You cannot have time and financial freedom by working for somebody else. You cannot have time and financial freedom having a job. It doesn't matter what the profession is, what the career is. I know a lot of people who make a lot of money in their jobs, in their profession, but they don't have time to do the things that they want in their life, which means their profession and their career controls them. I also know a lot of people who have a lot of time on their hands and they don't have the money to do the things that they want with the time that they have. So you either have money working for you or you have people working with you from a leveraged aspect to be able to give you, again, time and financial freedom. And that's why you're all here today. You know, listen, working 40 hours pays you 40 hours. You work 20 hours, it pays you 20 hours. You work 5 hours, it pays you 5 hours. There's only so many hours a day that you can commit to in order for you to get paid more. This is the perfect opportunity that I'm going to share with you today that can allow you to change all that after this webinar. Now, as I said, there's a jungle of opportunities out there, right? From home-based business, online marketing, affiliate programs, direct sales, multi-level marketing, network marketing, and there's a lot of them. Why? Because of the internet today. More so than ever before, there's new opportunities that are opening up online in order for you to make money. Now, there's also a lot of different categories within the online business platform, from travel to jewelry, coffee, gold, weight loss, skincare, affiliate programs, legal, patches, wraps, strips, you name it. Which one? Why should I get involved in this? And which one is going to be best for me? The one that's going to be best for you, folks, is the one that you're going to be joining that is important with who you join and not really with what you join. I can't tell you how many times I've been in this industry for 15 years, and I can't tell you how many times people buy into the startup hype and the biggest, baddest breakthrough product or service of the millennium, and 6 months after that, you don't see those people anymore in those companies. Why? What changed? The product didn't change. The company didn't change. What changed? It's the people. So I'm going to cover this a little bit because I think this is very important that you don't get sucked into the marketing hype and schematics of people who are just interested in making money off of you versus interested in helping you build your future, your finances, so then that person automatically gets their future and finances. So it's different in how you view this, how this business works. Because some of these categories, folks, here's the reality. They're only going to have short-term success runs, okay? And I didn't mention the energy. There's so many categories in here. That's the nature of the business, short success runs. Some categories are not true residual income, and I want to explain this to you because a lot of people get involved in something that they feel like they're going to make a lot of money, but the process of making that money is what stops them from doing it. Let's take a look at the jewelry category, for instance. Okay. Now, I know we have many people on this webinar here today. I'm looking in the back office. I see Europe. I see Africa. I see North America. I see, wow, possibly from the Philippines. Awesome. Welcome to you. So here's what I'm trying to get to. You have a jewelry party. Jewelry's fantastic, right? I've actually bought jewelry from people in the direct sales. Good jewelry, right? And let's say in your home party you had about 15, 20 people and you sold 2,000, 3,000. Forget about selling. Let's say you made a profit of $2,000, $3,000. That's a great night, right? Okay, now what's the chances that the people that bought jewelry from you at that home party, what's the chances that they're going to buy jewelry again next month? What's the chances they're going to buy jewelry again 2 months after that? It's not something. It's like Tupperware. You're not going to go out there and buy Tupperware every single month. You're going to buy it once, and then possibly you love the product. It's a fantastic product, but it's not something that the same people can buy over and over and over again, which means you always have to get new people. It's like the real estate industry. Real estate agents, their paycheck is only as good as the last house they sold. And you can make $5, $10, $15, $20,000 commission depending on the type of home you sold. But guess what? If you want to make that same commission again, you're going to have to sell another home. Okay? Again, there's nothing wrong with that. But there's no residual effect. You're going to have to keep doing the same thing in order for you to get the same money, right? So what I'm offering you here today, folks, is an opportunity for you to get paid over and over and over again after the work has been done. It's an opportunity for you to get paid over off the efforts of hundreds, thousands of people in your organization versus just the efforts of you. And this is what really leads to time freedom and financial freedom. So if you want to have both, this is why you're on this webinar here today. If you want to have both, pay attention to the competitive advantages I'm going to share with you, okay? So then you can have your questions answered and get back to the person who invited you here today. Now, competitive advantages of NHT Global. Most of you are hearing about NHT Global probably for the very first time or from a person that invited you here to this webinar. Prior to that, you may have not heard of NHT Global, but you're going to be very impressed with the information I'm going to share with you, okay? And you're basically on the forefront of the biggest growth we will ever have in the history over the next 4 to 6 years. So there's a window of opportunity for all of you listening here today, a window of opportunity for you to really set you and your family financially secure for the rest of your lives. And I'm very confident in saying that. Why? Because past track record in history always predicts the future, and I'm going to share with you what we have done, what we are doing, which is going to give you kind of an eye-opener of where we are going, and it's up to you, obviously, to make the decision if you want to be a part of that. So today I'm going to share some highlights, not really in detail because of the sake of the webinar, I don't want to have a 2-hour webinar, but I'm going to share some highlights of each of these categories. I'm going to really harp on leadership, as I mentioned earlier, because that's more important than anything I'm going to share with you today. So who is NHT Global? What is NHT Global? Folks, we started back in 2001. Our global headquarters is now in California. We're a proven company with a record-breaking 14-year history, okay? This is not something that we just launched something and we didn't get it together and we're going to launch something that hopefully is going to bring the masses in and that didn't work. Let's start something else. No, 14-year record-breaking history. We've exceeded over $2 billion in global sales, and we're growing at a very big record pace. Okay, we're rock solid, financially stable, and everything I'm going to share with you from now on, just so you know, is documented, verifiable, transparent, which means you can get this information on your own because we are a publicly traded company. So everything I'm sharing with you is documented, okay? As opposed to some of the things that you hear companies spot out that are privately held that can tell you whatever they want, but they really don't have to support it. They really don't have to prove it to you. They're a privately held company. You're going to have to take their word for it. We recorded a 671% growth in 2014 compared to 2013, and the growth that we're having in 2015 is unbelievable. We're going to get that number after it's been confirmed and documented, probably in the beginning of 2016. Folks, having a 5 to 10% growth in 1 year is considered very good, very stable, very solid. We're talking about 3 digits, a high 3-digit growth just in 1 year. And usually you'll see maybe a 50% or 100% growth in startup companies because it's exciting, it's new, and human nature draws itself to something new and exciting. But to have a 671% growth with a 14-year-old company, right, is really unprecedented in the industry. So why is that? What are we doing that's allowing this to happen? You know, so again, to reaffirm why this isn't just some short-term thing, we've got 15 consecutive quarters of double, triple-digit growth, right? And again, I'm sharing numbers with you that are very important versus some of these companies out there that are saying, oh, wow, our last 4 months or our last 6 months, or we had a spout of 5 months this year that, oh, my God, was out of this world. Folks, I'm talking about, right, 4 years, nonstop, double, triple digit growth. So not something that we just launched a product and all of a sudden everybody got excited about a new product launch and everybody's going to jump on the bandwagon because no one ever brought this product in the marketplace. We're the first ones, be on the beginning phases, on the ground floor, right? And then 6 months after that, they have to announce a new product because something failed. Well, we're not talking about that type of growth, folks. We're talking about growth that is not seen in the industry. And we haven't even gotten started when you take a look at our track record. So I hope you understand what these numbers mean to you when you're making a business decision to do something for you and your family. Who are you aligning with, right? So this is very important information. We get people that still don't believe this, that do the research, and they're just flabbergasted. But let me give you some more third-party information, not what Andreas says or NHT Global says. You know, Fortune magazine rated us as the second fastest growing publicly traded company in the world, okay? We're talking about major conglomerates in billions of dollars of companies, right? We are surpassed Facebook. We surpassed Google. We surpassed Amazon. You know, if you mention any one of those terminologies anywhere around the world, everybody knows what it is, right? And here we are, number 2 in the world. So what does that mean to you? I hope that you understand that if you're going to get behind something that you want to build, you can't get right now anything better than what I'm sharing with you in regards to positioning yourself with a company like this. We were also featured and also asked to do the closing bell ceremony for NASDAQ, which is, you know, a very high recognition. And we're, again, talking about hundreds and thousands of multi-billion-dollar global companies. We were asked to do the closing bell ceremony, where they also talked about our remarkable growth that NHTC has. Our stocks. Do you know that we have created many, many millionaires just from our stocks? Okay, when you had your stocks under $1, right, and it's now hovering around $50 to $60. I mean, think about that. I just think about the growth that we've had, and we're talking about 14 years. So I'm very excited, very honored to be sharing this with you, because it is something very, very special that nobody can claim in their industry in regards to network marketing and also in the health and wellness arena. And here's one of the reasons why we're getting these numbers, folks. Number 1 is our products, okay? In today's world, do not be fooled by the copycats and the spin-off, knockoff products. Those used to work in the 90s. They don't work anymore. If you don't have products that are scientifically validated, they deliver very, very quickly, and they have a global appeal, you are not going to be growing a business in this industry, and you're not going to be very successful at it. That's why a lot of people want to go international. That's why a lot of people are spending a lot of money now trying to get their product scientifically proven, because people are now educating themselves. They're educating themselves on ingredients. They're educating themselves on what is really valid. Our products are high impact. They provide quick results. They have that wow factor. People are going, wow, I noticed it immediately. Wow, you look great. Wow, look at my skin. These are the things that we hear on a daily basis from consumers around the world. They're highly consumable, which means residual income from you, of course, scientifically validated. Some of our products won a Nobel Prize winning award for the research done. Folks, that is the highest third-party validation you can have on the efficacy of products. It's not a product that were written in peer-reviewed journals. It's not a product that the university that's done their clinical studies prove that this product, blah, blah, blah. These are universities that are funded by the very same companies, okay, that pay them to do these studies. So it's not real third-party validation. I'm sharing with you the highest third-party validation you can have, okay? And we got 3 categories of product, not one category, not one system, because what happens is when you only have one product, one system, it only sizzles for a couple of years at the most and then goes away, or you're taking away a big population. They may not need that one product that you have, that again, you can offer more products to the masses. So our 3 categories are beauty, lifestyle, and wellness. Now, let's quickly go over one product in each of these categories. I'm not going to go over these products, folks. The person who invited you here today can share information on all these products. They can send you to an online catalog where we have all our products, what it does. It's truly remarkable. But I do want to share with you that any one of our products can create a multi-million-dollar business for you. That is how powerful each of our products stand alone. But I do want to bring your attention to our 30-minute non-surgical facelift system. It is an incredible, incredible product. One of the best in the anti-aging category. Folks, today the skincare industry is a multi-billion-dollar industry, and it's jumping to $1 trillion by the year 2025 in less than 10 years. And one of the reasons for this is that the baby boomers, the people that are retiring at the age of 65 and, again, above, are going to reach the all-time high in the next 4 to 6 years. These people will spend whatever amount of money necessary to look and maintain their youth. They will actually spend more money on how they look than they will on how they feel. That's just the reality. And this is why everybody wants to come up with a skincare product, right? When you see companies in trouble, what do? They launch a skincare line to save them because it's very easy to market for them because a lot of people want it. But when you're in a class of your own and you have a product that does all the selling for you, this is why, one of the reasons why I shared with you the success that we're having as a company. This is a 3-product system that you do on your own at home. So you don't have to spend 100 euros or $150 to go out there and get a facial treatment, which nothing wrong with that, right? It's a way to get out of the house. But you can have that same experience in your home 3 times a week, right? It's a 3-product system that helps you look 10 years younger in 30 minutes. And it doesn't just tighten and firm the skin. It actually firms the facial muscle. This is an exercise treatment for your face, folks. The botanical extracts that are in our hardening mask stimulates the nerve endings of the muscles, and that's what creates the passive exercise, the micro tremors within the muscles that creates the exercise movement. That is what tightens and tones the facial muscles. This is why a lot of people look like they lost 4 or 5 pounds in their face alone, because it firmed the muscles, right? It created that lifting effect of what people are spending thousands and tens of thousands of dollars to do through cosmetic surgeries and injections and all that stuff that only give you short-term results, long-term disaster. Now, I can share with you and flood this screen with lots of before and after pictures, and I try to take a picture from around the world, different parts of around the world. And this is after using it only once. The person here with acne, I believe it was more than once, but all the pictures here are just after the first treatment, right? So here you have pictures of before and after pictures with other companies that are telling you, wow, look at how you look. Look at the before and after pictures after 6 weeks of being on this product. Folks, we're doing it after 1 or 2 applications. Okay, you don't have to wait 2 months in order for you to get the results that you can get with our product after 1 or 2 applications. Now, this isn't just something that's going to make you look great short term. This is a long-term treatment. Not like you're spending hundreds of dollars with the other companies that give you short-term satisfaction. We're giving you an exercise treatment for the face that you can enjoy 15, 20 years from today. Now, I wrote down some of the most common companies and common product lines that are on social media today, and you can do the research on your own. As a matter of fact, I even reached out to some of the distributors to confirm the pricing of these products. They're on their online store. This is the retail amount that people are spending on a monthly basis, right? For some of the products that are out there. Our system is a 3-month supply. When you divide this price by 3, this is what the consumer at retail price is on a monthly basis. Almost 3 times less than the cheapest that's out in the industry. Now, make no mistake, there's a lot of products out there that tell you in 2 minutes or less, your bags under your eyes are going to go away. They even have a video demonstrating this. And I have to say, it is 100% correct and it's 100% accurate. It will remove the bags under your eyes about 90-95% of the time. But here's the thing. They don't tell you what happens after 90 minutes or 2 hours. You get ready, you look great, you look 20 years younger, you go to an event, and then you got to worry about what you're going to look like in 90 minutes or 2 hours, right? So again, don't be fooled by the marketing schematics of what happens just instantly. We're sharing you a product system that does work after one application, but more importantly, it works in what you're going to look like 10, 15 years from today. Let's shift focus into our next category of product, which is our lifestyle products, and I want to bring your attention to this product right here, Allura Lux. You know, when we started in 2001, we only had one product in one market, and this was it, Allura. 14 years later, it's still one of our top-selling products around the world. Why? Because it flat out works. It's scientifically validated. Nobody has a product like this in the category, and it is a female intimacy cream. And it works just like Viagra or Cialis does for men, but it is for women. And it's the safe, natural alternative formulated by a board-certified OB-gynecologist, Dr. Ronald Thompson. This is one of the products that won a Nobel Prize award. As a matter of fact, it actually beat the pharmaceutical drugs in this category. We have a video on that. This is why we won the award. And that video can be shared with you if you wanted to see that, which shares, Dr. Ronald Thompson shares how this product works. Why does it work? And why are so many people just begging for a product like this? We have countries that are begging us to open up to distribute this product. Now, again, when you're talking also about baby boomers also increasing at an all-time high, I hope you understand, again, the opportunity that lies to you when you have a product that actually is going to get bigger and more in demand as the years go by. So this actually has a lot of other medicinal properties on health that, again, you'll also be able to hear on that video as well. We're actually going to be launching the male version of this. So the alternative to Viagra as well as Cialis, naturally, not a drug. And so, again, if you can understand what this means from a business perspective, you're not going to even think about what you're going to be doing if you're going to be doing this business or not. So again, you're on here for a reason. You're on here for an opportunity that's solid, that's going to give you the best chances of experiencing the success that you're looking to do. I'm sharing it with you right now. You're one of the first few to hear about this. So we're very excited about what we're bringing to the marketplace for our distributors. Now, we also have wellness products. I mean, I'm not going to cover this, but we have products from joint supports, from providing healthy energy, a superfood that, again, is at the highest level of all the superfood categories in the industry, from the omega-3 essential fatty acids to a jasmine flower extract that has over 90% success rate for your health. So again, we're going to be bringing new products in the marketplace in 2016. We're very excited about that. And all the products that we bring to the marketplace are scientifically validated, okay? They're exclusive to NHT Global, and they fill the void in nutrition. We're not going to go out there and bring just another multivitamin or something that 3,500 companies have in the marketplace. We're going to bring products that, again, that research has been proven to provide support from a cellular level that people are going to want to buy. And that is the types of products that we're bringing in the marketplace. And again, one of the reasons why we're experiencing the growth that we're experiencing. Let's quickly talk about the pay plan, right? There's 4 simple but powerful ways to get paid as an NHT Global distributor. And it doesn't matter where you build this around the world, the compensation plan is the same. All 3 out of the 4 compensations get paid on a weekly basis. The other one gets paid on a monthly basis. And the best thing about it is that there is no monthly fees. There's no monthly charges. There's no monthly quotas. You don't have to have a certain amount of people who have a certain amount of people and do it by the end of the month and start at 0 again the next month. Those are usually the uni-level plans, Trimax plans, the matrices, and that doesn't exist here in NHT Global. And we have 51 documented millionaires to date. We're going to be increasing that as we get documentation as we close out 2015. And we have 11 people generating over 6 figures on a weekly basis. Do you know that's $500,000 almost on a monthly basis? You tell me what profession that you can do that can create a $500,000 on a monthly basis, all starting on a very part-time basis, without having a PhD, a master's degree. I want you to think about that, right? So again, let's quickly go over these. The one way is retail. We have a lot of people making thousands of dollars a month just retailing products. They love the marketability of our products. Some of our products give you a 100% retail profit margin, right? So you don't have to have, most companies, you have to sell like 20 or 30 products to get the same profit of us selling 2 or 3 products. And it's still, again, is very affordable for the end user. So you can do health fairs, facial care. You can put products in chiropractors and day spas and salons because our products sell themselves. But you could also retail products through your online store. See, when you become an NHT Global distributor, you're going to get your own online store. And you can drive traffic locally, nationally, internationally. And when somebody goes on your online store and places an order, NHT Global gives you a retail commission. It's that simple. It's like when you go to Amazon and buy a product, or you go to eBay and buy a product, right? The person who is selling that product get paid from eBay or from Amazon. They do all the work for you. We do all the work for you, okay? Now, if you want to hear the story about how I helped somebody earn $19,000 in 2 days that had absolutely no experience and recruited nobody in their business besides retailing products, the person who invited you here today, I can share that story with you. $19,000 on a weekend in a country that, again, this is considered like $100,000, right? You just followed our system, changed their life in 2 days. So again, this is the potential when you have products that work, scientifically validated, and a system that allows you to make this type of money. We also have a generation enrollment bonus, and what this means is that as you go out there and find people that want to change their life and want to build a business just like you, we pay you a residual portion of that. So when you go out there and sponsor somebody that wants to build a business and become an NHT Global distributor, you're going to earn a 10% commission on their initial order and all their reorders every single week for the rest of their career, to also include their customer base. I want you to think about that. And there's no limits to how many people you can sponsor into NHT Global. 10%, week after week, month after month, year after year. Now, when those distributors go out there and sponsor their distributors, you get a 5% commission to include their customer base, week after week, month after month, year after year. And it goes one level after that at 3%. So as you can see here, we added a residual component to the retail portion of it, as well as the leverage component that I'm going to share with you right now, because this is something that you got to really pay attention to, because out of the 2 team building organizations that exist in the industry of network marketing today, we pay out the most, and I'm going to prove it to you. Now, we have a 2-team building system. For those of you that go out there and work 40 hours, you get paid 40 hours, right? You work 20 hours, you get paid 20 hours. So really what you're looking for is to create some type of leveraged income. As I mentioned earlier in this presentation, you either have money working for you or you have people working with you, where you get paid on the efforts of others, of people other than you. This is the start of creating time and financial freedom. This bonus does exactly that. So let me give you an example. When you enroll John into NHT because John wants to build an NHT business just like you just started team number 1. When you enroll Sue into the business, who wants to build an NHT business and wants to change her life just like you just started team number 2. Anybody else that you are going to personally sponsor into your organization has to go either under John's organization or under Sue's organization, because you only have 2 first-level positions, right? Now, as you help Sue build her 2 teams, you help John build his 2 teams. You can see with just 2 people that you personally sponsored, you can have 20, 50, 100 people in your 2-team organization. And guess what? You're going to get paid on all of those people. So when you have one of your teams accumulate 1,250 business volume and your other team accumulates 2,500 business volume, we call that a cycle. And a cycle pays you a $250 commission as a gold level distributor. Now, let me ask you this. How would you like to cycle 1 time a week? That is $1,000 a month. Let's just say 1,000 euros a month for those of you that are listening in from Europe. What could an extra 1,000 euros a month mean to you, your family, and your choices? I want you to think about that. You know, with the same 2 people, you could be cycling multiple times a week. And you don't need to enroll 20 people. You don't need to have a certain amount of people who have a certain amount of people, and you have to do it by the end of the month and then start all over at 0 again. See, here's the benefit of this. Let's just say one of your teams accumulate 20, 30, 50, 100,000 BVs, and this one is not going. Guess what? All that volume here is there for you next week. It's there for you next month. It's there for you next year. It doesn't go away. So I want you to think about a bank account that keeps growing for you, and you can cash out whenever you have this thing going. Now, John, it may not be you that sponsors somebody here, but it may be that you help John bring somebody on board, or this person brings somebody on board that goes ahead and brings 30, 40, 50 people in their organization, and you start cashing out on all the volume on the other side. So this is very unique. And for those of you that are listening here today, because we know we have a lot of people that are on this that have experience in the industry, right? Perhaps some of you guys are considered top income earners. Let me share this with you. This is very important. If you take a look at our weaker volume out of the 2 teams, we pay out 20% on the weaker volume. This is how we come up with $250, right? 20% of this is $250. Almost all 2-team organizations, which we call a binary system, pay out 10% today, okay? They actually will take the other 10% and they'll pay out a car bonus or a leadership bonus, which we know that less than 5% of the people in that company will actually get paid on that. But it's something that we get attached to. We like to get that car. We like to be considered a leader. And people will work harder for that, but the reality is most people will not achieve it. So who winds up winning? Money goes back to the company. There's nothing wrong when the company makes money to provide the things that they need to put out in the field, right? But we flat out pay the full 20%. Now, I'm not going to mention any company's name, but you can do this on your own. I actually looked at the 3 top binary companies that I see. When I say top, I'm not saying that they're better than anyone else, that I see on social media today. I actually broke down their compensation plan. On their binary system, the highest that I saw was 11.5% on the weaker volume. And that is for more BVs actually on top of that. The other one was just under 10%. Just under, it was like 9 point something when I did the math, right? We're giving you 20%. And most companies will cap how much you can cycle on the volume that you have, okay, on your weaker lev. And usually it's around 30,000 BVs. We go all the way up to 250,000 BVs on a week. We actually pay out 8 times more for the same volume. So I want you to think about that, right? I mean, these are little things that most people, that if this is a brand new concept for you, you may not understand yet. But again, understand that we pay more for the work you do to promote products and our opportunity than any binary system out in the industry. This is why I was able to share with you the growth numbers that I did at the beginning. This is the reason why we're getting recognized around the world. This is the reason why we're ranked number 2 in the world. This is the reason why NASDAQ gave us the closing of the bell ceremony next to the billion-dollar conglomerates of traditional business. I mean, these are all clues that I'm sharing with you. And again, facts that you can do your own research. This is not Andreas Papakostas' opinion. This is not NHT Global's opinion. This is all verifiable, documented, transparent facts that I'm sharing with you so you can feel good about being part of what we are doing to change your financial future. Now, we also got a matching bonus, and I'm not going to go through that. Just basically telling you that as you help your 3 generation of distributors earn a cycle check, the company's going to match you a percentage of that. So there's money to be made each and every week by helping people develop their business within our business model around the world. Now, what's even more exciting and why we have the retention that nobody else has, and I can't stand it when I hear people in the industry say, well, we have a 90-95% customer retention. The reality is it's not the customers. It's the distributors that have to get the quota, have to have the volume every month to stay active, and they count that as active customers. Well, the reality is when you are a privately held company, you can say whatever you want and you don't have to support it. Again, we can't hide anything because we're a privately traded company. That's how transparent we are. So let me share with you the opportunity for you to increase your retention of over 90%. In North America, for our pioneer markets and our Asian markets, we do not have a forced monthly auto ship in order for you to keep your account active to earn commissions in our company. There's no monthly credit card charges. There's no monthly fees. There's no quotas for you to achieve. You don't lose your downline. You don't lose your position. And there's no monthly expense for you to build your NHT Global business. This allows people to come in and learn the business model without worrying about monthly charges after the initial investment. I can't tell you how much this is such an important part of this business. You know, when people say, you know why a lot of people quit in this industry? Yeah, there's a lot of people, the mentality, the mindset, the paradigm, all that stuff. That is very, very true. But let me tell you the reality for general people why they quit this industry. They come in with $300 or $400 or $500. Next month, they have to buy $100 to $200 of products just to stay active in their business. And they tell you, what's $150 compared to $10,000 if you opened up a traditional business? The problem is they did not open up a traditional business, and that's why they'll never will open up a traditional business, but they have an entrepreneurial spirit. This is why they come into network marketing. But if they haven't even gotten started, they haven't even started the products, and they're already coming up with $150, $200 every single month. By the third month, here's what they say. Here's what goes on in their mind. I haven't really started the business. It's not the company's fault. It's my fault. But I'm now piling up products on my countertop. I've already spent over $1,000, and I haven't really done nothing. And my goal was to do this, and I haven't done really anything, so I'm going to quit. That's the reality. It's not the company's fault, but that's the psychology that goes on. We've eliminated all of that, folks, because there is no monthly quota or charges or products that you have to order in order for you to stay active in this business. And that's why I call it a game changer. Nobody does this in the health and wellness arena. So again, why is it that we're also experiencing the growth? Our global market, folks, man, I can spend hours on this, but here's the reality. We do live in a global economy today. Building a business in China or South America or Africa or in the Philippines, when you're in North America or wherever you are around the world, is no different than building it in your own backyard. Today, you are all listening to this webinar from many countries around the world. That was not possible 12, 15 years ago. Not possible, right? Well, this is why I'm able to build a business around the world because of the technology today. And when companies are only focused on local markets, they're going to be missing the bigger picture of what makes this business a viable business long term. So we operate in 40 countries, but we ship product in over 50 countries. In 2016, that is going to exponentially grow. We are masters at pioneering markets, and you're going to understand why in the next several slides. And it starts with this one, and that is our leadership. You know, earlier in this presentation, folks, I talked about what's more important than what category of industry you join is the people that you join. And I cannot stress this enough. How many of you know people that joined companies because they had the product of the century, that it was going to revolutionize this, never been done before that. And after 6 months, they're no longer with that company anymore. Why is that? The products didn't change, the service didn't change. It's the people. And too many people get clinged onto the marketing schematics of getting you involved in something and then finding out that their whole mission was, yes, to get you to build this business, but it wasn't really about you, it was about them. And people are starting to be aware of that. And it doesn't matter how great the product is. This is why aligning yourself with the right leadership and the people is everything. And that's in any industry, and that's actually in our personal relationship. And I say this over and over and over again. The two things that can happen with the people you surround yourself with and listen to can do two things. One, magnify your dreams. Two, destroy your dreams. Folks, our founding distributors, Dan Cato and Joe Garcia, are highly respected multimillionaires around the world. They're masters at pioneering countries. You know, when 2001 hit, when the internet was brand new and many companies were looking at creating a shopping cart, right? They understood the power of what's going to happen with the internet. They started going out into the global, into countries around the world, preparing for what's going to happen that we see today. This is why our biggest markets are in Russia, Taiwan, Hong Kong, China, countries. This is why a lot of people have not heard of us in North America, even in Europe, right? And what's happening now is that what people are trying to do now, we were doing in 2001. And so this is why a lot of people will go to these individuals and ask them for help, support, and guidance in taking their business around the world, because we've been masters in doing that. So again, we're on the forefront of what we are doing as we're hitting the global markets, folks, with our products and our opportunity. And again, is really the reason, the number one piece of the puzzle is really the leadership that we have in Joe and Dan Garcia as to why I shared with you the numbers that we shared. These are the people you're going to be locking arms with, along with the person that invited you to this webinar here today. They've been featured in multiple books, in multiple magazines, on network marketing and leadership. And, you know, money is not an issue for them. They have plenty of that. And their mission is bigger than the money, and it is why they are actually working harder today than they did back then. And that's a cliche you hear all the time, right? They travel on a consistent basis. I think they hit over 60 countries, 150 plus countries combined together. And they're actually working harder today to keep the vision and the growth and the infrastructure, because money is not what they're focused on. Like I said, they have plenty of that. It's the mission. And if you don't have a mission in life, folks, the money will actually leave. And I don't care how successful you are in this industry, what success you have in the world. But when you feel like you have arrived and money is the only thing you're focused on, and I know it's hard when people don't have money and they're really looking for money. Yes, the money is there, folks, with our business model. The money is definitely there short term. It's there for you this weekend. But if you do not align yourself with the people that have the focus of keeping it long term, we call that the legacy companies, right? And there's several of them out there. You're never going to make it long term. You're just going to jump to the other thing 3 years from now, 4 years from now. This is very, very big. And this is why who you join is more important than what you join. So, folks, what I just shared with you is an opportunity for you to be your own CEO without having a franchise tag to it. You don't need a PhD. You don't need a master's degree. You can continue to doing what you're doing with your profession, because we're very good in helping you build your business on a part-time basis. It's not just a marketing schematic that we say. We're doing it with people around the world. And it doesn't matter where around the world you're from. You can do it offline, you can do it online, you can do it a combination of both. We don't limit to you how you want to build your business. We just support you in how you want to build your business with the time that you have, with the goals that you have, right? Because everybody is here for a different reason. Some of you are here interested in just bringing something extra into the household. Some of you are interested in changing your career. Some of you are serious about building a $1 million lifestyle. Folks, we're doing that with many people around the world. So this is how you can get started. We have 3 levels of distributorship. If you're serious about building this, forget about the bronze, forget about the silver. Look at the gold level distributorship. Why? Because a gold level distributor gives you 34% below the wholesale price. And not only does it get you the lowest price for you and your family when you buy products or the initial startup for you, but the difference between the retail price and the gold price gives you the highest profit margins. That is what gives you a 100% retail profit margins on some of the products. And a gold level distributor is coming in with 1,000 business volume of products initially. But right now we actually have promotions. We do promotions, and they're different regardless of, it doesn't matter where you are around the world. We do have packages, but they are different depending on where you are around the world. We have platinum packages and gold packages, and those that are serious, and we take a look at the people that are actually building their business very, very quickly, they've come in with platinum packages. I would say about 60-70% of the people are coming in with platinum packages, and 95% of the rest of them are coming in with the gold packages. And with those packages, folks, you get your own online store. You operate 24/7, right? You can do business in 40 plus countries. You have a back office that tracks all of your growth for you. It's done and updated to the minute. And it comes with products. Again, depending on which package that you pick, it comes with products for you to start experiencing. You can share, you can retail, you can promote, you can gift. And guess what? It's all a tax write-off. Your package is a tax write-off because that is your startup of your new business. And you'll have endless team support. You'll have a training system 24/7 that is available to you. And it doesn't matter if this is a brand new concept for you, okay, or you're someone who's experienced in the industry. We have a training system that you can leverage off of that will allow you to get to the financial goals that you want with our business model. And you have a business for life. You're active for life. That's it. The only time you need to order products is the products that you want to order for you and your family. That's it, right? And again, you'll have access to one-on-one coaching. You'll have access to our cutting-edge marketing material, all of our live calls and recorded calls. This is a live webinar. We record these types of webinars that make it accessible for you 24/7 to share our opportunity to other people to get your business up and running. Again, we have an online training system. We get about 3 million hits on a monthly basis. We know that we have lots of organizations outside of NHT Global that share our training site because we got rights to a lot of free books, best-selling personal development books out there. So again, people are using, and that's great. That's a compliment to us. We have systems that we help you build online, offline. Basically, it's a turnkey system. If you're serious about changing the quality of your life in 2016 and beyond, we have it for you, folks. And for those of you that are listening here that are veterans in the industry that have different ways of building your organization that's been proven and successful and it's ethically and it's morally, we welcome that. Let's get it out there to the other NHT Global distributors. So that's the best thing about what we have here from a support structure. And we have all forms of people that are joining us on a monthly basis, on a daily basis, on a weekly basis. So what I'm sharing with you, I want you to think about a franchise, right? I want you to think about a McDonald's, a Subway, whatever. Those are the things that come to my mind as a franchise model. But guess what? You don't have to pay millions of dollars to invest in a franchise. You don't have to have the headaches, the marketing, the employees, the paperwork, the payroll, the expenses, all that stuff. But yet, it's the same thing, but it's on an online platform that's done all the work for you. And you build this on a part-time basis, leveraging off of us and leveraging off the system. I want to end with my story. Maybe some of you guys can relate to my story. You know, when I got involved in this business, gosh, I have to change what I say. I used to say 10 years ago, 12 years. It's going now a little bit over 15 years in this industry. I actually was a traditional business owner. You know, they say here in the American dream, right? It's the American dream to own your own business. If you want to be successful, you have to be an entrepreneur. I did that. I owned my own business. Here's the reality. The business owned me, right? I was working under 80 hours a week. Sometimes over 80 hours a week. I was driving about an hour and a half each way from my work to the clinic to my home, and I was burnt out. Hardly saw my newborn, hardly was able to spend time on my new home that we built, and I didn't want to do it anymore. It didn't matter how much I paid myself. I didn't want to do it anymore. So I looked at network marketing when it was introduced to me, and I knew this power of leveraged income. You mean I can get paid from the efforts of others? Because in my business, in order for me to get paid, I had to be there. right? And so in 8 months, when I got involved, I had one of the top 10 businesses of the company. And from there, I built it for 10 and a half years and had one of the most successful businesses of the company. And here's what happened. This is why I keep sharing who you join is more important than what you join. Here's what happens. When the company starts saying things and they do different things that's not incongruent with what they're saying, that was a clue for me. The compensation plan changed 5 times in 1 year. That was a clue. They stopped going international. That was a big clue because we live in a global economy today, right? And looking back today, folks, I was one of the first leaders that left that company. And I was looking for the right people to join because their products were great. But again, their products are only as good as the decisions that are being made for the future of the company. And I looked at 18 companies. I had 20 different criterias. I interviewed CEOs. I got on training calls. I was looking at character of people. I was looking at track record. And I actually joined Joe Garcia. I knew Joe for 6 years prior to me reconnecting with him. And when I went and took my family to Canada, I spent 6 hours with Joe. I knew in the first 5 minutes I wanted to do business with him. And when I made the decision about 4.5 years ago to join NHT Global, what I did in my first year with NHT Global dwarfed what I did in 10 and a half years in my previous company. And it wasn't because I worked any harder. It was because, I mentioned this earlier, you can either have people magnify your vision and your dreams, or you can have them destroyed by the people you surround yourself with, right? And today, I have one of the biggest and one of the fastest growing organizations in NHT Global. I have organizations in Asia, organizations in Africa, organizations in Europe, organizations in North America, right? And if I can do it back then, folks, remember, when I got involved back then, there was no internet. There wasn't the technology that we have today. And now add the accolades and the track record that I shared with you. You really can change everything for you in 2016. You can change it all, folks. If I did it, you can do it as well. So I hope what I shared with you today excites you enough to get back to the person who invited you here. If you can share a link, folks, if you can share an opportunity for somebody to try a free facial, you can succeed beyond your wildest dreams here in NHT Global. So if you want the next 2 years to be different than your last 2 years, something has to change. It's not the president, it's not the laws, it's not anything but you. So I hope I shared a business model that allows yourself to see what it is that you could be doing with our support and our help in order for you to change that will allow you to change your financial situation.